Hi everyone, it's me, Rebecca, the Colorful Booknester down at Rivercrest Cottage, and I am back to do yet another planner video, and this time we're doing Book Tic Tac Toe for January 2020. Grand plans and schemes and reading goals are everywhere. It's planner season. As you see, I've already been putting up planner videos one after the other, and I actually have one or two more to do. And so for those of you that are here for the coloring, I apologize. December has been a very, very shortened month for me. So coloring's not been the biggest focus. Christmas has, and then some traveling that I'll be doing there in December as well. But we'll be back in January, and I have already started kind of filming a few things for that. So, but now we're here to discuss Book Tic Tac Toe. Book what? So I am in my handy dandy planner setting up my Book Tic Tac Toe for January 2020, and I thought that I would bring you along. So just to let you know, this is not my creation. This is around all over, not just BookTube, but also if you go to reading blogs and definitely on a Facebook group that I'm involved with as well, which is the Book Democracy. Oh my gosh, I love that Facebook group. If you are a reader, you need to go join. It's so fun. But they do a version of tic-tac-toe and bingo as well. I'm not going to be joining in this year because I needed to focus on what my goals are for. And I mentioned these before in my reading goal video that I really want to focus on what's on my shelves. And sometimes whenever I do reading challenges from other places, whether it be bingo, whether it be tic-tac-toe, I've kind of noticed that it encourages me to go out and get new books to fill a requirement or a category, and I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can for now. Maybe that's something I earn in the future, right? But to stay focused, so I'm creating my own tic-tac-toe and I'm creating my own bingo. So this one is all about the tic-tac-toe. So we're going to go over, I'm going to show you setting it up. And ultimately, then we're going to have a discussion afterwards, just to kind of show you what my thoughts that the tic-tac-toe gods have brought before me. So let's head on over and go see how I set up my tic-tac-toe. All right, so this is the next section that I kind of want to set up, and it's going to be my Book Tic-Tac-Toe, my monthly Book Tic-Tac-Toe pages. And I'm going to go ahead and do the first 3 months. So let me get this all set up and you can kind of watch it as I do it. But mainly what it is instead of doing a bingo that is 25 squares, you're actually creating a 9 square grid as if it's a tic-tac-toe. And the idea being that you read 3 in a row in some form or another to make your tic-tac-toe. I've been doing this on a Facebook group and I really like it, but now I want to have this focus on my physical bookshelf, and so that's how we're going to do this. I'm going to fill this out and then I'll come back and I'll kind of go through the process of what I'm doing to figure out what I'll be reading each month. So first, all we're going to do is create the tic-tac-toe itself. And I've already done this in pencil. I'm making each of the little squares about 4 squares wide. This is one reason why I love this this quad or graph paper based planner. You could do this in your Bujos, your bullet journals. You could easily do this with whether it's dotted or gridded. And that's kind of the idea, is that I'm using this back of my planner almost like a Bujo for just some of my planning, my additional planning. So there's your tic-tac-toe board. I'm then going to number each little box like so. So those are numbered. And then over to the side, I'm going to take those numbers and put them over here too. So I'm wanting to focus on my physical books. trying to get through them, start making decisions. Am I going to donate them? Am I going to read them? You know, that type of thing. And so I really wanted to come up with a way to do that. And the book Tic Tac Toe, I think, is going to be a really great way. So let me just finish out the title here. We have January, because that'll be our first month. And I kind of do what everybody else does, that little trick to make it look a little bit more like it's calligraphied, is any of my downward strokes I kind of beef up just a little bit. Can't do too much on the end. But wherever you've done a downward stroke, you kind of beef up that side. It looks a little bit more calligraphied and makes it bold a little bit. So on the 2, our downstroke was right here, if anybody's interested. For the O, my downstroke is here. 20, so that's my January 2020. And then this is the title on my page. Tic Tac Toe, and then I'm going to call this my monthly, because this is what we're going to be doing the Tic Tac, or I'm going to be doing, I should say, the monthly Tic Tac Toe versus quarterly. That's for my bingos. All right, so basically there's the first setup. So at this point I would be completely ready to go, let it dry, and then of course do my erase for my January. So I'm going to go ahead and finish out the rest of the page just so that I know it's all done, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to figure out what books go where. What does this even mean, right? So now I've gotten that page done. Like I said, it's the first 3 months, and I've prepared my little tic-tac-toe board. So now I'll go in and do my erasing. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck am I going to do with this? How am I going to decide which books go in what? All I've done is numbers. Well, this is where their handy dandy random number generator is going to come in. And the idea is, and I'm just going to show you, so literally I'm going to go on my, see if I can get that to open. We have a random number generator. I put in 1 through, I think it's 65. Or is it 73? I need to check on my Goodreads. So on Goodreads, I've created, and let's see, I've created 2020 physical bookshelf. And so this tells me how many books I have on my physical bookshelf. And right now it's telling me that I have 65 unread books. I'm going to hit, so 1 out of 65, I hit done, and then I hit randomize. And we'll try it again. And the first number that comes up is 30. So I'm then going to take, here, I'll put it over here, and I am going to go ahead and write down the number 30 in the little square over here. So then I'm going to go back to my Goodreads, and I have to try to figure out what my 30th book listed on my Goodreads 2020 physical bookshelf is. And so if I look down, which I'm doing right now, I look down, and so the first, oh, that's really convenient because I have it sorting 30 on a page, and it's The Silent Patient is number 30 right now on my list. So I will go in and write The Silent Patient. So that's one of my books during this month that I can choose. So then I'm just going to do this and repeat it again. So just to show you one more time, I won't show you all 30. We go to the random generator. We have 1 through 6, and I say randomize. Now it says number 3. So going on my Goodreads, I scroll up until I find, ooh, wow, this is going to be, these are some good books. 7 for a Secret. This is number 2 in the Lindsay Fay books. Let's see. So, oh, I want to put that was number 3. So number 3 was 7 for a Secret. And then I'm going to just go ahead and I will do the next one. Well, how many? 7 that I need to do. Now, one of the things I thought about doing was giving myself this free space for number 5. For this first one, I said, nope, don't do that. I might need it. Of course, that one, makes it easier to make 1, 2, 3, or 4 different tic-tac-toes. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a number in it. I might change that in February. So let me go research and find out what my books are going to be that I get to choose from. This is a funny one. Number 52 is When Did Wild Poodles Roam the Earth? It is one I've had for a while. I picked it up on a booktube a weekend with some friends, and it was so funny. I just thought that it'd be a great casual read, and I've never read it, but I have moved it 2 or 3 times now, and we're just saying roam the earth. So it's When Did Wild Poodles Roam the Earth, and Imponderables book. So, it's supposed to be quite humorous. But see, that's one that I need to look at, and that's number 52. All right, so now I'm going on, and I'm going to try to find number 37. All right, number 4 over here, which is actually number 37, is a book which I kind of am torn about starting because it's in the middle of a series, but I want to see if I actually like this. It's The Fatal Inquiry. It's a Barker and Llewellyn mystery, but it's number 6, and it's by Thomas Will. I really want to from what I understand, I probably should be able to read it on its own. I mean, this is a detective type book, so I should be able to just read it, but we'll see. And I want to see if it's something that I want to continue. If it's going to spur me on to buy a whole bunch of other books. Maybe that's not such a good idea. All right, next I am moving on to, let's see, number 7. Oh, this is perfect. I'm so excited. So number 7 is going to be The Snow Child. This was gifted to me by a friend of mine who keeps telling me I need to read it in the dead of winter, which, January is definitely the dead of winter. So I've been looking forward to reading it and need to just make sure that I have it. So The Snow Child. Now, the reason why I'm so excited is this is a book I am really excited about, been wanting to read. For it to go into the center is perfect because it's most likely that will be the first one that I pick up in January. And if I can get the center one done, again, that gives me a lot of, tic-tac-toe options. So, so far it's looking pretty good because The Silent Patient is definitely one that I wanted to read. And it's fairly new, which is kind of neat that I've got a newer book, and then The Snow Child. So now we're going to move on to number 41. Okay, this is another one. Somehow I did not pick up in my buying frenzy, probably on Book Depository or whatever, Book Outlet, that this is a number 3 in a series, but again, I don't know that you have to read them in. I will do more research. That might be a reason why I postpone reading that one, but that's good. It's over here. It's number 41. So now we need to go on to whatever 59 is. Okay. So another nonfiction. So number 59, which is actually number 7, is the book Uniquely Human. It's a different way of seeing autism, so very happy about that one as well. I've been meaning to get to it. And now I have to figure out number 56. All right, so this one is actually one that I have listened to, but I haven't read. And I got the whole series because I really enjoyed it. So it'll be fun to see, reading it myself, my experience with it. So it's To Shield a Queen. It's an Ursula Blanchard. This is a Tudor-based mystery series. I love it. It's older. It's by Fiona Buckley. And basically, she is in Queen Elizabeth's court, and she ends up being a spy for her. And so she's I believe she must be a widow, or her husband is off someplace. I can't remember. But very, very fun. I've been listening to the audiobooks over the years. Not all of them. I think 1 or 2 really enjoyed them. And that's how I found one of my favorite narrators and readers from Audible, was because of this series. So that's a cool one. And let's see. All right, here's our last one. And that is going to be 63. So I get to go almost all the way to the end of my list. And that's a great one. It's another one that I've been wanting to read. So this is The Rosie Project. I picked this particular copy up while I was in England, and that was probably about 3 years ago now, 4 years ago, and I haven't read it. So, all right, so what am I going to do with all these books? I will go and pull them all, and we can have a chat in a little while. So there we have it. Yep. The tic-tac-toe gods have spoken. And here's my lovely, beautiful stack of books to prove for it. Now, this is not a traditional TBR. So the whole idea is to choose from these books. And again, these were all books that I already had on my shelf, as you can see, because I have them sitting here. And that's the focus. So focus on my shelf, and then also to choose from these, with the idea that if I get 3 in a row, I can put 3 little circles, because that's the ones I've read, and I can get a tic-tac-toe. If I decide to DNF a book after reading it, I'm like, this is just not going to be good, because I don't want to tie myself into books I don't want to read. I don't have time for that. Nope, I don't. But I want to still be able to DNF, but get them off my shelves then in that case, not keep them and think, oh, I'll read them later. But if I DNF, then that's going to be an X. So we'll see. We'll see if the X's win over the O's. Go O's. But so far, the books that the gods have chosen for me, I'm really excited about. And I even like how they fell on my little tic-tac-toe board. So really excited about that. I did this because I think it's fun. And hopefully going forward, it won't be as lengthy as this video has gotten, just because I shouldn't have to go through and explain and show the Goodreads thing. And hopefully I'll just be quicker about it. Plus I won't have to set it up. We know that we have January, February, March set up. All I have to do is choose the books. So I hope that this is something that maybe you might be interested in doing. Let me know what kind of fun things you're doing to jazz up your reading, or any type of goals you might be having. I hope you don't mind all these planner videos. They are coming hard and fast, but it is January, which is coming just as hard and fast. So we got to get everything ready and set for that new year, which, by the way, I want to wish you the happiest of New Year's. For 2020, I hope that your goals are achievable and that you've set them out to be a joy to try to achieve them. So keep turning those pages. Until next time, bye for now.